Sometimes in life, you go through an identity crisis. You hear a new idea and you think, wow, that's a complete new idea. I agree with that. But your old self, your old identity doesn't agree with that. That could cause huge issues in your life. And sometimes when people talk about bad things that you agree with, you start to realize they're bad and you go through that identity crisis again. Is this really who I am? But it shouldn't be like that. Be open to change. Be open minded. Accept any new idea or possibility that could work. Be critical about it. For example, if someone gives you a new idea, but it's totally evil and bad, of course, don't listen to it. Don't blindly accept it. Know what it's about. Have that deep critical thinking. But don't chain your identity to a single idea or a set of ideas because ideas change. Think about it. The ideas you thought of when you were 5 versus when you were in your teens are very different. Your ideas change with age. And and sometimes it's okay to contradict yourself because that means you're in the process of change. For example, if you're this person and you subconsciously still continue to do acts of your old self, but you learn about this new way of doing things that's better, right? Or this new idea, and you start talking about this idea while still doing some of the old habits, as long as you are aware that you still have a bit of that old self in you, that's fine. It's a process of change. Change sometimes takes time. I remember if you heard that YouTube channel H3H3, the guy named Ethan, he said sometimes a hypocrite is someone who's changing, who's in the process of change. And I agree with that. For example, because if you're a teenager and you write, for example, a racist thing on Twitter, should you really be punished for that when you're in your mid 20s? Of course not. You're a stupid teenager back then. And as I mentioned, we're all stupid. But you're less stupid as you grow up, so you realize that that's bad, and really, you shouldn't be penalized for that. But of course, if you do a really serious crime, of course, it's going to have to be a little bit of punishment. But I'm just saying, for example, if you had this bad idea of thinking for a few years, right? But all of a sudden you change, that's good. That's great. Change is beautiful. Change is amazing. Do you think a caterpillar would be happier as a butterfly or staying as its old ground dwelling self? And think about that. Because sometimes when you have these identity crises, you're in the cocoon. And soon enough, you might be spreading your wings like a beautiful butterfly. I'm Dead Julester, and I'll see you later.